Here I stand, light-footed at the edge of the world, unchained, untethered. The soles of my feet barely touching the ground. Gravity's becoming cloudy now. Nothing is holding me back anymore. In truth, only one thing would. It always was and is and will always be my choice alone that ever could. For what I choose to surround will either free or bound, and the choice for either one is within me found. Here I stand now, light-footed, the very edge of the world. I'm unchained, untethered, the tip of my toes barely touching the ground. Gravity is losing me now. One by one, they all fell away, everyone and everything. During those times I felt my life was a joke, all areas just more suffering. My hands were burning and my feet were on fire, 'cause of what and who I held and where I long stood. But as I breathe my last sigh, raise my gaze to the sky, I ascend now within to my good. Here I am now, lighthearted, no longer part of the world. I'm reclaimed, reconnected. The sight of the ground can no longer be found. Gravity has no claim on me. Gravity, eternal presence. I am the Word made flesh. I am the silence behind the sound. I am the stillness beneath all movement. I am love, you are love, we are one. Only love is real. I see you, I hear you, I know you. I love because I am. I create with love, I dwell in the end. I live from the wish fulfilled. I choose my state, I speak only what I desire to live. I imagine, and it is so. I declare, and it becomes. I walk in victory. likeness of God. I am truth, remembering itself. I am not separate, I am one with all things. I am the breath and the fire, I am the return. I am love, I am held, I am whole, I am safe, I am powerful, I am free, I am light, I am love, I am the operant power, I am the word made flesh, I am awake now, I am whole, I am God, I am love, I am light, I am safe, I am joy, I am peace, I am whole, I am one, I am the dream, I am that I breath, I am that I am, I am, I am. I lived in fire and drowned in rain, lost myself as I sought my name, chased different stars like they held the key.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. This is the Go Dome. Got ourselves a football game today, don't we? Hey, Marduk. Hola, señor. Buenos dias. Hope you're having a great day, too. I appreciate you being here. Marduk says, my son and I splurged. Went to the University of Houston, Texas Tech game last night. Cougars lost, but it was a great evening with the kiddo. That sounds like a really good time. That's one thing I've never been able to do is take my daughter to an LSU game or a college game. It'd be so fun to go to Tiger Stadium in Baton Rouge and see a game with her. Just never got to. Yesterday was your 50th birthday. Hey, congratulations. Wishing on my candles for Texans to win big today. That's great. Me too. Happy 50th. I turned 50 earlier this year in March. So, happy birthday to you, sir. The big 5-0. I will say that for me here today, I'm hoping that my live stream works out better than last time because, as I said, it's a work in progress. You'll notice on the screen right now, I built this last night, and sometimes whenever there are games going, what I plan to do in the future is to have this live scoreboard going on a separate stream just the whole day so that anybody who wants to just pull up the scores to the games can just click on this video and look at the scores in real time. And if you'll notice on the top left, the Texans game is highlighted in red, and any completed or active games, or I guess you could say the active games are kind of highlighted. I'm not quite sure why the Vikings Browns game is still glowing, still highlighted. If it says it's over, not quite sure about that. But this scoreboard is pretty cool. I mean, it's interactive because it actually shows not only the real score and the quarter and stuff like that of each game and the possession, the ball, who has the ball at the time, but whenever there's a score change flash, So it's a pretty cool interactive scoreboard. Built all of that with Claude, the AI, last night, and also did some more work on this scoreboard here. This one is the main one right now because, of course, it's the game scoreboard for the Texans. Now, I built it originally with ChatGPT, but it just couldn't quite get done what I needed to get done. And so I took that code to Claude, which is supposed to be better with code, and I worked on it some more. And supposedly, it's fixed. Supposedly. We will see. I really hope so because what I'm trying to build here is something like nobody else has. I really want the best interactive experience that I can provide for everyone. What it's supposed to be is on this football field, it's supposed to have animations. It's supposed to have a football emoticon with the icon of the team who has possession, and the ball is supposed to move up and down the field, matching the location of where the ball is on the field. Now, unfortunately, the only way to test this is during the game. So I have to wait until Sunday, basically, to test it. Now, if there's a game on Monday night or on Saturday or Friday or Thursday or something like that, yes, of course, I could set it up to test it, but it takes some extra work. And with the MLB playoffs going on, I haven't quite been able to do that. You know what I'm saying? We're getting close to the kickoff right now. Can't can't play that. Sorry about that. That was a boneheaded mistake. Stroud is back. He tosses over on the left side. Schultz grabs it, takes it down to the 5-yard line. Great play fake on the left side there. Looks like they spotted him at the 4. First and goal. Martin's going to go up the middle. He's going to get stopped right there at the line of scrimmage. Marks, rather. Second and goal. Got a little stuffed there. Yeah, the ball marker on the field is just a little off, right? It shows he's in the end zone, but it says he's at the 5. Second and goal. Stroud under center. Here's the handoff to Marks. No, he throws it. That's going to be a touchdown on the right side. Fake handoff to Marks. And he throws it on the right side. Wow, what a drive down the field. What a drive down the field for the Texans. They made it look super easy there. Nice. Houston on their way to getting those 31 points that I was talking about. Yeah, absolutely, Mardik. What a great start to the game. What a great drive. Authority all the way down the field. Here's the extra point attempt. It's up and good. 7-0. Wow. Now that's looking elite right there. How about that for an opening drive? Can't complain about that at all. Texans kickoff coming up. It's 7-0 over the Ravens. 9:24 left in the first quarter. Beautiful drive. Took a chunk of clock off. A little bit of running, a little bit of throwing, a little bit of catching, and a little bit of scoring. Where can I put my hot coffee here? It is 2:12 in the morning here in Japan. Hey, Shake, let's go indeed. Let's go. Good news is my scoreboard is finally working. My field animations are working. I'm so happy about that. The ball marker is just slightly off in some places, but at least the number on the field is pretty much right. Hey, Rusty. Rusty, thank you so much. By the way, there is a message on the screen with your name on it, sir. Let's go to the scoreboard and see what's going on. Okay, there we go. How do you guys like my scoreboard? We can take a look at this in between breaks. So if you're interested in any other scores around the league, you'll be able to check these out. In the top left, we'll always have the Texans score. And then the rest of the games that have either happened recently or are going on or are coming up will be on the screen. All of this is updated info. So spent a lot of time yesterday working on the scoreboard and working on the Texans layout. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Yeah, Rusty, I put a thank you on the board because you were the only super chat I got yesterday. So you get all of the recent gratitude for the super chat. Thank you very much. Texans kickoff is coming. This is an interesting layout for the kickoff. They've got all their guys forward. And here comes the kickoff. All the way down to about the 1 yard line. He's going to bring it back. And he's going to be run out of bounds. No, yeah, they say he stepped out. At the 30? Just shy of the 30. He cut back in and went up the field to about the 36, but they called him out just shy of the 30-yard line. Rush. Henry. Who else on the field here? 9-5 as a career starter. That guy right there, Lamar Jackson, is on the sideline wearing a ton of gold chains. Is that good for his body to be carrying that much gold? A little heavy, right? Play from scrimmage is a handoff, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. This is the only thing, this is all the Texans have to do today. Oh, I forgot to check the live chat. I'll pull it back up in just a second. I need to fix the live chat. It's not showing on screen, but I'll get it fixed. No big deal. Here's the toss. Nope. Looks like he's getting the shotgun. No, he's going to hand it off. And there's a flag. He goes up the middle and gets about 6 yards. But there was a flag on the play. Right now it's 3rd and 4. But we'll see what it is. Might be Holding. Oh, illegal motion on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Second down. 2nd and 15, looks like. Here's the snap. 2nd and 14. He throws it down the field. They're going to pick up a little bit. He moves to the left side to pick up a few more, but he's going to come up about 5 short. It's going to be 3rd and 5. Yeah, it does show the Ravens icon. It switches over once the possession changes. Whenever the Texans are kicking off, it shows the Texans icon. Third down and 5. Rush in the shotgun. He's going to throw it. And he gets his man. Picks up about 9 yards, 4 yards beyond the first down. That was an unfortunate missed opportunity. An early stop there on 3rd down would have been great. But he had a guy right down the middle. Put it in there just in time. 1st and 10, Rush in the shotgun. 6:55 left in the first quarter. He hands it off. Right up the middle, stopped about, gets maybe 1 or 2 yards. That's Henry. Wow, without Lamar, they are 3 and 9. That hurts. Rush is under center, 2nd and 8. Here's the handoff. Nope, fake handoff. He's on the right side. He rolls out. He throws it. He's got a man on the right side, and it looks like he's got him. 12-yard gain. Texans say he didn't catch it, but they're calling it a catch. Yeah, he had it. He bobbled it to bring it in, but he secured it, so it's a catch. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Rush under center. He hands it off right up the middle. Pickup of about 4. Down to the 44-yard line. 2nd and 6 for the Ravens. Hey, look at that. The Giants scored 7 over the Saints. Good job. Go Giants. Kick them Aints. Make those Saints fans Cowboys fans again. Here's a handoff. Right up the middle. He gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there. 3rd down. He got nary an inch. That line was so packed. It seemed obvious they were going to go up the middle. They didn't have any room. He couldn't get through. So Henry was taken down immediately. 3rd and 6. Let's shut them down here, guys. Let's do it. There's the snap formation. Man in the backfield. He's going to pass it. Rush throws it, and he gets his man, and he's a downfield. It's a foot race down to the 15. But there's a flag down. We can cross our fingers and hope it's against the Ravens. Looks like it might be against the Texans. It was just a good toss. Yeah, it was against the Texans. They're going to decline that. It'll be first down and 10. Defensive holding. They did get to rush, gave him a little bit of a hit, but it didn't matter. He got it away just in time. First and 10 at the 16-yard line. Man in motion. He hands it off. They swing it out to the left side, and he's going to pick up quite a few, maybe about 6 yards, down to the 9-yard line. Let's see here. I know I got a couple of comments in the chat. Was the scoreboard created by ChatGPT, says Jesse. Originally it was, but it had some issues, so I took it over to Claude, the Claude AI, and it actually worked it out for me. Still some issues to tweak, right? If you look on the scoreboard right now, it shows him at the 92-yard line. Whoa, beautiful. That was not a sack, but a beautiful tackle in the backfield by Anderson. Took him down. He couldn't get past the line of scrimmage. It'll be second down, or third down, I'm sorry. Three minutes left. It's 3rd and 4. This will be a victory right here for the Texans if they can make them stop. Just shut them down right here and force them to kick a field goal. 3rd and 4. Rush in the shotgun. He's got a man in motion. He's going to throw it to the left side. They're going to stop him in the backfield, and he's going to get 1 yard. Good stop. He falls forward to get 1 yard. Rush to Flowers, and they bring out the field goal unit. It's going to be a victory. They can do this all day long, either get a stop or force them to kick a field goal and then drive all the way down the field. That'll be nice. 4th and 3. Tyler Loop is now in the loop. He's going to attempt a field goal. Short kick, just 27 yards. And he pushes it right, but it goes in. 7-3. Baltimore comes up with 3, but unfortunately, the Texans missed a few stops there on 3rd down. So that's unfortunate. But the good thing is that they don't let them in the end zone. 7-3 Texans with just less than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Now, let me see about getting my live chat fixed. I think I know why the live chat. I think the live chat is giving the wrong URL. I think it's connected to my baseball game. So yeah, I'm pretty sure with that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. There we go. Now it's working. It's kind of strange because I have 3 different pages, and each different page, you can't see it on the screen, but you can see, just for example, I can show it to you here. This is the setup for the Yankees Blue Jays game. This is the setup for the Detroit Tigers Seattle Mariners game. And then, of course, the setup for my Texans game that's going on right now. I'm going to do all 3 of these games. So right after this game, I've got an ALCS or an ALDS game to do. And I have a separate page for each game. But I learned a lesson yesterday that you have to create new artifacts. If I use the same live chat artifact for each screen, then whenever I change the URL link, it changes it for all 3. So I have to use a brand new one. It's a little troublesome, but it's less than the trouble of having to keep going back and doing the double work. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at the scoreboard right quick. But yeah, you notice whenever the ball's on the right side of the field, it's instead of going from the 50 to the 40 to the 30 to the 20 down to the end zone, it goes from the 50 to the 60 to the 70 to the 80 to the 90. Did you notice that? So that's something I have to fix. So I apologize. There's always some little tweak, some little something that's not right, right? There's always something. And you can't just show those, you can't just fix those immediately. You have to really work with the AI to get it to understand what the problem is. Here's the run back all the way to 31-yard line. So that is where the Texans will start this drive. Ravens player passed away at 39 years old. They're talking about his memory with the team. 1st and 10, 152 left in the first quarter. Stroud drops back to pass, and he's got a man. He falls forward for 9 yards. That's Hicks. I'm sorry, Schultz. Schultz on the right side. Nice pass, nice catch, nice gain. 2nd and 1. Shotgun, he hands it off right up the middle. About a 6-yard gain. Chubb goes right up the middle and picks up 6. First down. 1 minute left in the first. Houston still moving the ball down the field, looking good. Man in the backfield. Stroud hands it off. Chubb goes right up the middle and picks up another 3. Beat about 2nd and 7. Today's the day the Texans become 2 and 3. Second and 7. The clock winding down. Just 5 seconds left in the quarter. They're going to snap it. 52-yard line. And they're going to let the clock run out. So that's going to be it for the first quarter. We're going to swap sides of the field and be back in just a moment. I'll show the scoreboard on the screen here, and we'll take a look at the stats. Stroud is 5 for 6 so far today with 55 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Chubb has 4 carries for 20 yards. He's averaging 5 per carry. Pretty nice. One carry for Brooks for 9 yards. 2 carries for Marks for no yards. Receiving, Schultz, 2 receptions for 20 yards. Averaging 10 per catch. It's nice. Hutchinson, 1 reception for 5 yards and a TD. Higgins, 1 reception, 6 yards. Collins has 1 reception for 24 yards. A couple of Texans leading the team in sacks at 2. I mean, not sacks, in tackles, that is. I was looking at sacks when I said that. Kick returns today are looking pretty nice. Noel has 1 for 31, and Smith has 1 for 27. It's not bad. Total yards at the moment, 84 for the Texans, 71 for the Ravens. 55 passing yards for the Texans, 59 for the Ravens. 29 rushing yards for the Texans, 12 for the Ravens. Each team 6.5 yards per play. 5 first downs for the Texans, 3 for the Ravens. Third down efficiency so far, 2 for 2 versus 2 for 3. Texans are 100% on their third down efficiency. 13 total plays. No sacks today so far. We're ready to start the second quarter. It's 2nd and 7. Texans come out of the huddle. Stroud is under center. No one in the backfield. No, he's got one man in the backfield. Didn't see him back there. Fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it. He dumps it off to Chubb, but he throws it low and he drops it. 3rd and 7. Wasn't a great throw, but it was in his hands. He should have got it. I don't think that Chubb is necessarily a great receiver. I think Marks would have had that one. Big third down here. 3rd and 7. Got it. Big pickup right there. Nice. Picked up about 12 yards, and the crowd is completely shut down. Look at that. Man, right in the middle. Schultz was wide open, had 2 guys on either side, but Stroud was able to get it right in there. 1st and 10. Ball in Ravens territory at the 40-yard line. Martin. What a cut to the outside. Nice pickup there. Take a look at this. Plus 11 yards, first down. Throw to the left side, and it's complete. Another first down. How about that? Noel grabs it. All of the receivers are catching the ball today. Stroud is spreading it around. That's 2 first downs in a row. No, 3 first downs in a row. 3rd down, and then a 1st and 10 first down, and another 1st and 10 first down. No, they're going to say it's 2nd and 1. He didn't get the first. Came up just a little bit short. Collins on the left side, the left wing. Man in motion. Nope, he stops. Right up the middle. A hole right up the middle. Woody Marks, another first down. Penalty marker down at the 21-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a hold. That's sad because it was a good run, good gain. But that's going to come back. They are discussing it right now. What do we want to call here? Let's call something. I threw the flag. 2 fouls. Illegal formation. Both on the Texans. And holding. That one is accepted. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down. Yeah, I was holding him right there. Second down and 11. Here comes the handoff right up the middle. And picks up a nice chunk. Gets about 6 yards right up the middle. Chubb gets them a little closer to the first down marker. 3rd and 5. Chubb goes to the sideline. Marks is in. .15 left in the second quarter. 3rd and 5. The crowd is trying to make some noise. Stroud in the shotgun. Man in the backfield. He's going to throw it. No, he's going to get sacked. He got destroyed in the backfield. Van Noy was back there with another guy. Stroud didn't have a chance. He didn't have anywhere to go. That's a big loss. A big loss. He didn't have anywhere to go. Had 2 guys on him just within a couple of seconds. Complete breakdown on the offensive line there, and it's 4th and 14, so they're going to bring in Fairbairn. 50-yard attempt right up the middle. That is good. Right up the middle. Good kick. So the Texans have to settle for a field goal, but they get it. 10-3. Excellent. That was a really sad result there because they had 2nd and 1. It turned into 2nd and 11. Then they got shut down and then pushed back on the sack. They went from having a great opportunity to get a touchdown on their second drive to having to kick a 50-yard field goal. So they're lucky to come out with that, but at least they were able to score. They keep their 7-point lead. Interesting. I appreciate you all being here today. This is my second Texans game ever to call in my entire life. Still trying to get used to it. There's a lot going on the field. A lot of guys moving around. Actually, on my screen right now, I want to make this a little bit bigger. I want to make the video a little bit bigger. It's very small on my screen at the moment. Once I get my permanent setup, I will have the game on the big screen by itself. So I can clearly see everything that's happening. Because right now, it's just a small portion of the screen. 10-3. Got about 20 people watching right now. Thanks for joining. I do hope that the numbers go up. Another kickoff coming up in just a moment. Looks like a beautiful day in Baltimore. Ball currently at the 35-yard line. It has fallen off the tee. He's setting it up somewhere else. 10-3. Fairbairn's about to kick it off. Here it comes. And the return is coming back. Mitchell's got it. He gets taken out of bounds about the 25. 1st and 10 at the 25. That is where the Ravens will start. .11 minutes and 13 seconds left in the second quarter. 115 total yards for the Texans and 71 for the Ravens. Play action on the first play. He's got his man right down the middle. Did he catch it? Al Shire went down. He's holding his leg. It looks like he's a little shaken up. He gets up, but he's very slow moving. Okay, that was an incompletion. Okay. Couldn't see it from behind. Al Shire is standing up and he's working his leg out. Looks like he just stepped wrong when he tried to stop. Probably tweaked his knee just a little bit, but he seems to be all right. He's running to the sidelines now. They'll take a look at Shire on the sidelines. 2nd down and 10 for the Ravens. This is where the Texans need a big stop. They need to force a punt here. Get the ball back and get another touchdown. Second and 10. Shotgun formation. Here's a snap. It's a run right up the middle. They're going to shut him down after just about 2.5 yards. 3rd down. 3rd down and long. This is an excellent opportunity right here. Shut them down early. Get the ball back quick. Put up another touchdown on the board. This is my plan for the Texans. Solid defense today and consistent offense. That's all I ask for. 3rd and 8. Shotgun. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it downfield. No, he gets rushed. He rolls out of the pocket. He's going to get sacked in the backfield. Huge loss. Huge freaking loss. Edwards Jr. with a massive sack. Wow. What a great sack. They got back there so quick. Quarterback had to roll out. But whenever he went backwards, all he did was get himself into more trouble. Now he's punting from the end zone. It's 4th and 24. Let's block it. Let's block it. Here's the kick. He gets it away. It's going to be... There's a flag. Please don't be against the Texans. He brings it back to about the 34-yard line. That was a good punt. 62 freaking yards. Man, that punter's got a leg on him. Please be against the Ravens. They're talking with the Texans, so it looks like it's going to be against the Ravens. So I think they're wanting to know if they want to enforce it after the kick or make him kick it again. We'll find out. Illegal hit out of bounds by the kicking team. They're going to replay 4th down, 5-yard penalty. How about that? They're going to back him up another 5 yards. It's going to be 4th and 29. He's going to be in the back of the end zone. Yeah, bottom of the screen right there, you see. Okay. Illegal contact out of bounds is what it is. 4th and 29. The Texans are going to make them re-kick it. That's a good decision because that was a bomb. Stout is going to have to go back into the end zone. I'm smelling a block. Stout is going to be in the back of the end zone. His heels are right there. Here's the kick. Oh, he gets it away. That's a shorter kick. Wow, and it bounces backwards. It takes a Texans bounce, and it's picked up at the 49-yard line of the Ravens. Good play there. Now, that was a much better result. Excellent field position for the Texans. There's 9 minutes and 22 seconds left, guys and gals, in the second quarter. The Texans are up 10-3. They got an opportunity to put another 7 on the board before halftime. They are on track to score those 30 points, those 31 points that I predicted. They get a TD here. They'll be up 17-3. Tommy Likey. Stroud is 7 for 9 so far with 76 yards and a TD. Rush is 5 for 6 with 59 yards. No TD. Check out the rushing stats for the Ravens right now. Derrick Henry, 6 carries, 8 yards. 1.3 yards per carry. How about that? That's some good rushing defense right there. Mitchell has 1 carry for 6 yards, but total 7 carries for 14 yards. The Ravens overall are averaging 2 yards a carry. That's what I like to see. Tommy Likey. Texans are doing much better with their rushing. Going to be 1st and 10 at the Ravens' 49-yard line. In just a moment. I do wonder just how far behind my live stream is compared to the actual game data. It looks like it might be behind a little bit. We'll see. Houston Texans defense best in the NFL right now. They're allowing 12.8 points per game. They've been solid. Stroud rolls out and he throws it to the left side. He's got a man down the field. Higgins on the left side picks up 7. 2nd and 3. Or they're saying 2nd and 4, but that's a very short 4. Stroud in the shotgun. He's got a man in motion. He hands it off. Chubb goes right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped at for 1 yard. So it'll be 3rd and a long 3. Eight and a half left in the second quarter. So what the Texans need to do is pick up that 1st down, keep running the clock, put a little pressure on the Ravens. We've got to come away with a score here, a big score, and then leave them almost no time on the clock to move the ball down the field. Stroud in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's throwing it downfield. He's looking for man. Doesn't have any. He runs forward. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. He's all the way down to the 15 and still going. He goes down almost to the end zone marker. Did he get a touchdown? He hit the end zone pylon on the right side. Stroud just kept rolling. He just kept rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling down the field. They didn't get him. He just barely stepped out of bounds. Almost got that touchdown. Holy cow. Stroud scrambled down the middle of the field, and he almost got himself a touchdown there. Can you believe that? Look at this. Just shy. Just shy. They're going to mark it at the 4. It's first down and goal at the 4-yard line. Handoff right up the middle, marks, and he picks up about 2 yards. Or was that Chubb? No, that was Chubb. I'm sorry. All I saw was the 2 flash. It's 2-1, number 21, not number 27. Landon, thank you for the extra commentary, but I already saw that. Why are you here? I know that you're not a Texans or a Ravens fan. And why are you adding commentary that I'm already adding? Second and goal at the 3. Here's the handoff. No, he's going to throw it over the right side. That's 6 points. That's easy. Easy 6 points. Second and goal. Stroud on the right side, but there is a flag. Of course. Too easy. Too easy, the refs say. Too easy. Pass interference, offensive. Are you kidding me? Offensive pass interference. Higgins. Okay. It was a slant that Higgins was running, and it turned into kind of a pick that opened it up on the right side. That's weak sauce right there. Second and goal. They move them back 10 yards. Second and goal from the 13-yard line. That was lame. Lame. 2 penalties for 20 yards against the Texans. Stroud in the shotgun. He's got a man on the left side in motion. Here's the throw. He's got him on the right side. Picks up about 8 yards. They push him back, but it looks like he gets back to the line of scrimmage. Whoa, that was only a gain of 3. I was looking at the wrong spot. Picked up just 3 yards. Where was I looking? Third and goal from the 10-yard line. Come on, guys. We need this TD. We need these 6 points. Stroud in the shotgun. And that's timeout by Baltimore. "30-second timeout, the first of the half. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. This is the second time that the Texans have been right there knocking at the door of another touchdown and got a penalty that pushed them back. This game could look very differently if not for those 2 penalties. It could be 21-3 before halftime. Now, they still have a chance to get a touchdown here, so we'll see. They come out of the huddle. It's third and goal from the 10-yard line. Big play coming up here for the Texans. Stroud in the shotgun. He's got 1 man back. Here's the snap. He goes down the middle to the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Heck yes. Nico Collins right in the middle. 16-3. No pressure on Stroud there. He had plenty of time to throw it, and he put it right down the middle into Nico Collins' hands. Good job by the offensive line to give him a nice pocket. Good protection on all sides, the right, the left, the front. Here comes the extra point from Fairbairn. Right up the middle. A little to the left, but it's good. 17-3. There's that long run by Stroud. And then the touchdown. How about that? Screen Variety TV. Don't come in my chat and advertise stuff. See you. Yeah, if there's one thing that you need to not do in my chat besides being rude to people is coming in here advertising streams, questionable streams especially, or dropping links. Don't do those things. Don't do those things. Let's take a look at the scoreboard right quick. Scores around the league. Any interesting scores right now? Let's see here. Colts up 14-3 over the Raiders. Miami up over the Panthers 17-0. Cowboys winning 10-3. Any Cowboys fans out there? Giants beating the Saints 14-6. That's nice. Does anybody have any updates about Joe Burrow? I'm interested to see how he's doing. We are back to the stadium. It's 17-3. How about a big defensive play and another score for the Texans? How great would that be? Maybe squeak in at least another field goal, maybe a touchdown even. Go up 20-3 or 24-3 before halftime. How awesome would that be? Yeah, I know some of the Texans fans hate the Cowboys like me. And then some of them like the Cowboys also. Here's the kickoff. Doesn't kick it very hard. Line drive down to the 4-yard line. He picks up and he'll bring it back past the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, all the way down to the 36-yard line. Little soft on the defense there. Could have been a little tighter on that defense. Had the opportunity to take him down at the 25. Nevertheless, it's 1st and 10 with 5.5 left on the clock here in the second quarter. Derrick Henry, 6 rushes for 8 yards today. That's nuts. Shotgun formation. And they whistle it dead. That's a false start on the offense. That's nice. That's a good way to start it. Before they even get the first play off. 5 yards back. Called on likely. That was likely a penalty. Speaking of likely. Rush is in the shotgun. He has one man back. Looks like Henry. He hands it off. He goes forward for 1 yard. And he's stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey. Stuffed like a Thanksgiving turkey. That's right. Jesse says, all H-Town fan. Good for you, Jesse. That's pretty much what I was all my life. When it comes to college ball, I do follow the Tigers. But, the Cougars and the Tigers, have they ever even played each other? Maybe they never meet. Here's the play. Over on the left side, he tosses it over. A little bit of room. He picks up about 5, maybe 4. It's going to be third down. Big opportunity right here. About 4:40 left on the clock. Third down and 8. The Texans might get the ball back right here with plenty of time to put another 6 points on the board. Let's shut it down. Come on, Texans. Texans D. Shotgun formation. Rush is back. He's going to throw it. He dumps it off short distance, but he can't catch it. And there's a flag. Seems like it's going to be on the Ravens. Thank goodness. Whew. Thank goodness gracious. Illegal man downfield, most likely, what they're saying. Looks like it's going to be fourth down. And long, really long. Ineligible player downfield. It's declined. Okay, fourth down. Good job. 4th and 8. 4th and 8. Texans should get it back right here. With 4 minutes left. How about that? And the clock was stopped because of the incomplete pass. Texans going to have 4 minutes to work. Here's the punt. Noel is back waiting on it. He gets it. He calls a fair catch, but it bounces, and they're going to get it about the 23-yard line. Man, he called a fair catch, and he almost got hit by one of the Ravens, but the ball bounced nowhere near where he was standing, so he was just faking them out. This stadium is packed right now, but this crowd has been so silent. The Texans have just shut them down, basically. Let's take a look at the scoreboard here. For those of you who are interested in some of the other games, you can see what's going on. Right now, it is 17-3 Texans. 4 minutes left in the second quarter, and they've got the ball on their own 23-yard line. Just enough time, I think, for a long drive down the field and another touchdown. I want to see that 24-3 at halftime. Could you have guessed that? That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. So what to do at halftime? Song and dance. Still a commercial going on right here. Let's go back to that scoreboard right quick. Wow. Stroud is 10 for 12 so far with 95 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Chubb, 7 carries, 28 yards, averaging 4 per carry. Marks has 3 carries for 11. He's averaging 3.7 per carry. Stroud has 1 rush for 30 yards. 30 yards on that scramble, right up the middle. He cut it out to the outside and almost got to the pylon. Well, he did get to the pylon, but he stepped out first at the 4-yard line. Brooks, 1 rush for 9 yards. The Texans having some good luck today running the ball. Some decent yards they're putting up. 78 yards rushing, 165 total, 87 passing. All right, 1st and 10 from the 23. Stroud under center. Chubb in the backfield, and he hands it off on the left side all the way down to almost the 33, just shy of the first down is Nico Collins. Nice play. Man, the Texans continue to move the ball with the running game and the passing game. The combination, I mean, when you're working on both, you're firing on both cylinders there. You kind of put the other team on their heels. 2nd and 2, Chubb on the right side. He's going to get the first down and a few more. He picks up about 7 or 8 yards. 1st and 10. He runs through a little bit of traffic there, keeps going, jumps over a guy, lunges forward. Good run. That's what you're supposed to do as a running back in the trenches. You like Texas Tech, Jesse? Stroud is back. He tosses it over the middle. That's going to be another 4, or no, that's a little more than that, about a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Right up the middle to Kirk. Yeah, they're going to wait to the 2-minute warning, it looks like. They're just hanging out. They're going to let the clock run down. 9 seconds left to the 2-minute warning and just a couple more seconds left on the play clock, so they're going to wait. 2nd and 4, and they're going to get a little free timeout with the 2-minute warning. But right now, the Texans are strongly in control of this game. 17-3 in the second quarter. 2 minutes left. We are on break with that 2-minute warning. Got about 24 people watching right now. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Make sure you like the live stream. I appreciate you being here. It's kind of interesting. Let me take a look at, I want to see what this looks like on the full screen. I want to pull up my live feed on the full screen. See what it looks like. Yeah, the scoreboard does look pretty good. The field doesn't look bad either. I think that I could, yeah, I need to work on even though it's in HD, I think that there's no way for me to live stream any better than 1920 by 1080. The regular HD is the highest the streaming software will do. It's not possible to stream in 4K. But I do believe that there's a way that I can sharpen it. Because if you notice, whenever I go to the NFL scoreboard, you can see that the NFL scoreboard looks sharper and crisper, I think. Let me switch over right quick so you can see. You'll notice that it looks sharper and crisper than the game overlay. And I think the reason for that is because the file that I had made for, yeah, it's so much sharper and crisper. I had it made in 4K, and so it scales down. So it winds up looking even better. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to have to, it's a simple thing to fix, though. It's a real simple thing to fix. I can just take it back to the AI and have my, this screen right now that you're looking at, I can have this screen changed so that it's upscaled to 4K. And that way, whenever it comes up on the screen in HD, just 1920 by 1080, it'll look a lot sharper and a lot better. Here we go. Two minutes left. 2nd down in just a few. Second down and 4. On the screen, it said second and 89. He throws it to Marks on the right side, but it's incomplete. Third and 4. I can't believe on the screen it said that in the game just now. Not on my screen. It said second and 89. Have you ever seen such a thing? Third and 4. Come on now, this is a big down. You need this. We need at least 3 more points this quarter. Stroud in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it. He has to roll out. Oh, he takes the sack. He gets taken down by the shoelaces, but there's a flag back there. Let's hope this is against the Ravens. Offsides, no wonder. Good job. No sack. I was wondering how they got back there so darn fast. Martin on the defense. Martin is called for offsides. Yeah, he stepped up just a little bit there. But he still wasn't covered, though. There was no excuse for him to get back there so easily. But luckily, he was in the neutral zone when it was snapped. First down. Whew. First and 10. Handoff on the right side. That's Marks. And he picks up. Whoa, he keeps going after he gets hit. Initial contact, he plunges forward. He winds up picking up about 8 yards. Second effort. He had about 4 or 5, and he pushed through that and picked up a couple more. Second and 2. 8-yard pickup by Marks. 1 minute and 10 seconds left in the quarter. Marks in the backfield. It's going to be a pass. Stroud has to roll out to the right side, and he throws, and he's got a man on the right side for a first down. Picks up about 6 yards, enough for the first and a couple extra. And that'll stop the clock. 53 seconds left. The 40-yard line of the Ravens, and they take a timeout there. A small little block there by Woody Marks to give C.J. Stroud just a little bit of extra time to make that throw. He had to rush out and roll to the right side, but thanks to that defensive pickup or that offensive block pickup by Marks, Stroud was able to get that extra couple of seconds that he needed to make that throw. First and 10. First and 10. "57 seconds left in the quarter. Just a few yards away from field goal range. Stroud takes the shotgun. He's going to toss it downfield. He's got a man. First down and more. He's down to the 20, the 18. First down. 40 seconds left. They quickly get to the line of scrimmage. In the shotgun. Here's the throw on the right side. Pass interference. Yes, the flag is down. That's right. Martin was all over his receiver. First down at the spot of the foul. Take a look at this. This was easy for me to see. Yep, just ran into him before the ball got there. He's like, dope. First down and goal with 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Shotgun for Stroud. Perfect pass from Stroud. Hutchinson goes up and grabs it. How about that? 23-3. Texans. Fairbairn comes in for the extra point. Here comes the kick. And a little to the right, but good. 24-3. How do you like that? Man, look at that. How about that, guys and gals? My prediction for this game was 31-10, and the Texans put up 24 points in the first half of the game. How about that? Looking good so far. The defense is doing exactly what I was expecting them to do, and the offense is actually doing more than I was expecting them to do. How about that? What a great first half of ball from the Texans on both sides. How about that? Let's take a look at the scoreboard right quick. See what else is going on in the NFL. We're just a few seconds away from halftime. Anything interesting? Oh, the Saints have come back. They are 1 point down from the Giants right before halftime. Let's see. No other offense has put up as many points today as the Texans have. Heck, the 49ers put up 26 points, and they're only 2 points ahead. They're only 2 points ahead of the Texans, and the Texans have put up 24 in just half the game. It's not even halftime yet. Wow. What a game. How's everyone feeling about the Texans offense now? Night and day, it looks like to me. Kind of sad, though. There are only 24 people viewing. I was expecting a lot more than that. Where is everybody? There's another channel. There's another channel where the guy does the live play-by-play, and he's got a ton of people following him. I don't know how many he has following him, but it's a lot. I was shocked. You never see that many people following an Astros game. I don't know about the Rockets games. I would guess that the Rockets games aren't nearly as popular as the Texans games, but you know, football's the number one, right? This is kicked down to about the 3-yard line. Here comes the return. He's past the 20, the 25, and take it down at the 30. So the Ravens will start around the 30-yard line. They don't have much time left on the clock. As that run down the field, 30-yard run by Stroud. Pass on the right side. It's nice seeing the love between Stroud and the offensive line there. 22 seconds left. Here's a snap. He's going to throw it down the field. They give him a little space, and he barely picks up that first down, gets about a 12-yard gain. 16 seconds left. Timeout. Yeah, Jesse, they have improved. Absolutely. It's amazing that the defense seems to be even better than they were, especially after that first drive. Shake says it would have been good if Lamar Jackson played, but how about them Texans? Yeah. Now, if you think about it, if Lamar had played, It would have been nice to see how differently the game would have been with the defense playing well and the offense playing well, you know? Wow. Last week, the Ravens had 53 offensive plays. Today, they've only had 18. He drops back, rush down the field. Whoa, big smack. The catch is made at the 42-yard line of the Texans, and he goes out of bounds. 8 seconds left. But that was a big smack. He makes the catch, and somehow he holds on when he gets nailed. Take a look at this hit. Boom. Ravens were forced to take another timeout. It's 1st and 10 with 8 seconds. But they were forced to take a timeout there because his knee went down. Good defense there, not letting him go out of bounds. In the second half, the Ravens will receive the kickoff because the Texans started off first in this game. Ravens need about 7 more yards just for a field goal, but bounds. 2 seconds left, but there's a flag down. Houston is pointing at the Ravens. Illegal contact on the defense, 10 yards, automatic first down. They're probably going to kick a field goal here. Yeah. Yeah, that's nonsense, though, because the ball was thrown out of bounds. But, you know, it is what it is. That was on Stingley. 55-yard field goal. 52. No, it's a 55-yard. His career long is a 52. That's a long kick right there. And here it comes. It's no good. It's wide right. Yeah, on the screen it said field goal, but it's no good. It's no good. And it's halftime. 24-3 is our halftime score, guys and gals. Texans up. How does that drive impact your team going into the locker room? D'Amico Ryan says that he likes the way they're moving the ball up and down the field. How the defense is performing. You got to be proud of both sides. It's nice when you go into halftime with a great defensive performance and a great offensive performance. You know, when you've got it on both sides of the ball, that's freaking awesome. That's great stuff right there. You can't get any better than that. Wow. Beautiful first half. Let's take a look at some of the stats for this game. Let me see if I can pull that up on the screen. I might be able to pull up on the screen. Let me see. Let me move it over. Yeah, I think I can show this without getting any type of copyright. Here we go. All right. So Stroud, 14 attempts in the first half, 14 completions rather, 17 attempts, 137 yards and 3 touchdowns. And rushing, look how many different guys rushed, including Stroud. We have 5 different guys. Chubb, 8 carries for 33 yards, 4.1 per carry. Marks, 4 carries for 19 yards, 4.8 per carry. Stroud, 1 carry for 30 yards. Brooks, 1 carry for 9 yards. Collins, 1 carry for 8 yards. Look at this. The lowest average on the team so far is Chubb with 4.1. I mean, the Texans are just tearing it up with the rushing game right here. We'll look at the overall stats in just a minute. And look how he's throwing the ball around. Look how many different receivers Stroud has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different receivers. That's insane. Schultz has 4 receptions for 53 yards, 13.3 per catch. Hutchinson, 3 receptions for 18 yards and 2 touchdowns. Higgins, 2 receptions for 12 yards. Collins, 2 receptions for 34 yards. Noel, 1 reception for 9 yards. Bryant, 1 reception for 5 yards. And Kirk, 1 reception for 6 yards. 7 different receivers and 3 touchdowns, 3 touchdown passes. That's excellent. He's really spreading it around. This is what I like to see. If a quarterback only has like 3 main guys that he goes to, that's a bummer. But when you have 7 different guys that you can go to, how great is that? That not only shows that several guys are getting open, but it shows that Stroud sees the field. You know what I'm saying? I think that shows a lot of positivity on the quarterback. On the defensive side, you also see a lot of guys getting in on the sacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different players have tackles. 1 sack by Edwards for a big loss against Rush. 2 kick returns today, 31 yards and 27 yards. Let's see. Fairbairn has 1 field goal attempt, 50 yards, and it was good. Not a single punt today. The Texans haven't punted the ball even once today. Now let's take a look at the total yards. This is pretty interesting right here. 228 yards versus 92 for the Ravens. 129 passing versus 77. 99 rushing versus 15. If they continue on this pace, they could have over 200 yards rushing today. If they're really lucky, 250. Look at the Ravens rushing yards over here. Only 15 yards. Just 15 yards. The Texans averaging 6.9 yards per play. The Ravens, 4.8. And now look at this. First downs. This is nuts. 15 first downs by the Texans and 6 for the Ravens. How about that? Third down efficiency, 5 for 6 versus 2 for 5. No fourth down attempts today. 33 total plays for the Texans and 19 for the Ravens. 1 sack allowed by each side. 2 punts for the Ravens, none for the Texans. Both teams have been penalized about the same, 25 yards for the Texans and 29 for the Ravens. No fumbles, no interceptions. The time of possession doesn't show for some reason, but the time of possession is actually in the Texans' favor, obviously. If we take a look at the division right now, the way it stands, man, that's a lot of teams. That's a lot of teams. That's crazy. Anyway, this is the one we're looking for, the AFC South. Colts are 3-1. Jaguars are 3-1. Texans going to be 2-3 today. Move up a little closer. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back to that NFL scoreboard. And I'm going to readjust my screen because I want to take a look at something else. I want to see what the scores are of these games. Looks like the Colts are winning easily over the Raiders, 20-3. That's unfortunate. The Chiefs and the Jaguars will be later on. You guys think the Chiefs are going to beat the Jaguars? What do you think about that game? Got about 18 watching right now. Well, it's interesting. I'm actually getting more views on the MLB playoff games right now than the Texans game. I'm surprised about that. I thought I would have a nice amount of views today, but I guess it's just going to take some time. Maybe it has to do with YouTube. Maybe YouTube is not pushing it out to people. I don't know. YouTube might think I'm just Astros, so it might take some time for the algorithm to adjust. But if you guys and gals can share my channel, share the game, I would appreciate that. Wow, the Cowboys are really beating up on the Jets right now. Right before halftime, it's 23-3. Close game between the Broncos and the Eagles. Saints trying to score again right before halftime, looks like. Hopefully the Giants can shut them down. All right. I'm going to leave that scoreboard up there just for a moment. Let me play. Where's my coffee song? I need to go grab some more hot water for coffee. So I'm going to play my coffee song. Oh, the coffee break song is made mainly for baseball, though. Does it matter? Maybe it's okay. I'll play it anyway. I'll be right back. I'm going to go in here and take a bathroom break, grab myself some more hot water for coffee. I'll be right back. Right back, guys and gals.
Get up from the chair to make some coffee. So this is the coffee break song. There isn't much time between each inning. I gotta hurry 'cause I don't have long. It's the coffee break song. This is my coffee break song. It's a song meant for coffee breaks. It matters how long it takes. 'Cause if I miss a pitch, my viewers just might ditch. Get water from the well, put it on to boil, and now prepare a new filter. Scoop in some fresh grounds as I take a quick whiff. Careful pour over is not off kilter. It's a coffee break song. This is my coffee break song. It's a song meant for coffee breaks. It matters how long it takes. 'Cause if I miss a pitch, my viewers just might ditch. Hey, I can't make my coffee, but I surely wish it could. Download another fresh cup, boy, you know I would. Asking others to make it for me, you know I can't even try. It's just me out in the country. My coffee is all DIY. This is the coffee song. This is my coffee song. Coffee, 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 coffee. Black coffee with cream. Black with sugar. You know what I mean. Coffee, 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 espresso stack. Milk with steam. Brown and bitter. To each his thing. It's time for coffee. It's time for coffee. Now that tastes good.
Now that tastes good.
Such a silly song. You guys like my fake 7-Eleven shirt? I think it's one of those made in China knockoff shirts where whoops. It looks like the 7-Eleven logo, right? But it doesn't say 7-Eleven. It says Kanavum. I don't know if you can see that, but it says Kanavum. What the heck is Kanavum? And it's got a bunch of roaches underneath it. It's got 7 roaches at the bottom. I don't know why. Don't ask me. But I actually found it in the supermarket. Some of these little supermarkets in Japan, they'll also have a section that's like a 100 yen shop. It's just kind of combined. And in that area, they had some clothes, and I saw that they had some shirts, really cheap t-shirts. And I was like, I wonder if they got anything in my size. And they just happened to have a few t-shirts in my size that were on sale. And the size that I wear is bigger than the size that most Japanese wear. And there's kind of a double-edged sword about wearing, let me minimize that. There's kind of a double-edged sword about wearing clothes shopping in Japan. Because it's hard to find a lot of clothes that were my size, but whenever I do find clothes or shoes my size, they're on sale because they don't sell as quickly here in Japan. There's a kickoff and return by the Ravens all the way out to, I can't see the yard marker there, 35-yard line. So we're underway with the second half of this game. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Marty says Texas Tech looked good. What was the score of that game, Marty? They're throwing on 1st down. He gets about 3 yards to the right side, 2nd and 7. Peyton with the catch from Rush. $14.5 here in the 3rd. Just getting started. 2nd and 7. He's got a man in the backfield. Rush gets the snap. He's going to throw it to the left side. They get him in the backfield. They're going to take him down. That's a loss of 4 yards. Texans were all over that. Should be 3rd and 11. Moves him backwards. Good play there. Texans were not fooled by that. Not even a little. 3rd and 11. Rush in the shotgun. He's got a few on the right side. Here's the snap, and he throws the ball down the field, and he's got a man right in the middle. Just enough to pick up the 1st down. 12-yard gain. Too soft on the defense there. That was a big, important stop right there. And they didn't get it. Just enough time. Just got that ball out in time. 1st and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line of the Ravens. Here's a handoff. Nope, he fakes it. He's going to throw it on the right side. It's intercepted. It's intercepted. He's going down the field. Petrie picks it up. Petrie cut that off and dove for it and caught it. Picked it up and returned it a few yards before they brought him down. Look at this. He's got his hands underneath it. When he goes down, he's got it. That's going to be an interception. He keeps his hands under it as he goes down to the ground. He gets up and returns it a few yards. How about that? Good defensive result right there. Absolutely. Awesome. That is exactly what the Texans needed. Good job, Petrie, to read that, cut it off. Very close to being a pick six. First down, first interception, first turnover of the game. Ball on the 38-yard line of the Ravens. Toss on the right side. Complete. Christian Kirk brings it in. Stroud, another completion. Picks up about 7 on the right side. 2nd and 3. Second and 2, long 2. He throws it on the left side to Chubb. He runs it down. Takes up the first down. No, that's Kirk. I'm sorry. They pick up about 4 yards and the first down. Man in motion. Handoff. Chubb. Up the middle. He's got a lot of room. Down to the 10, the 5. Touchdown. Chubb takes it in about 25 yards for the TD. How about that? 30-3 with 11.5 left in the third. Wow, Chubb went right through the middle of the line, cut it out on the right side, and just turned it on. Extra point is up. And good. 31-3. Well, there's the 31 points that I predicted for the Texans, but there's still plenty of ball left. Petrie interception leads to a Chubb long run. So the Texans make them pay. The Texans are just slapping the Ravens around right now. Man, they're making the Ravens look like the last place team. Holy cow, 31-3. Nice. That's the way to start it off right there. So on the third down play, unfortunately, the Texans don't get the stop. But on the very next play, they get the pickoff. Good job. It's going to be a long day of streaming for me, guys and gals. It is 3:45 in the morning here in Japan. You see the commercials that I've got going on here? Pretty interesting. After this game, if you are all interested in the Yankees Blue Jays series, of course, George Springer is with the Blue Jays right now. Yeah. Texans did wake up. Yeah, way to go, Texans indeed, Susan. Yeah, can you imagine? There's going to be a lot of talk going around if the Texans score 50 points. I'll tell you that. I was thinking if they scored 31 for the whole game, that would be a statement win. They're already at 31. I was thinking 31-3 or 31-10 for the entire game. But we still have a lot of ball left. It's 31-3. But yeah, after this game is over, I'm gonna go jumping right over to the Yankees Blue Jays game. So I hope that you can all join me for that if you're interested in following the ALDS. And then I'll have a short break. And after that, I'll be doing the Tigers Mariners game. So I've got a busy day today, and I do appreciate your support. Here's the kickoff. All the way down to about the 8-yard line, and he drops the catch. It's going to cost him on the return. Looks like he's taken down about the 20-yard line. Maybe the 15. These camera angles look cool and stuff, but it's difficult to see where he's at on the field because you can't always see the yard marker. It's kind of annoying. 1st and 10 for the Ravens with about 11.5 left in the third. Their last drive resulted in an interception, and the Texans made them pay for it. They got 7 points out of it. Yeah, it's on the 20-yard line. I was right. Right at the middle, picks up about 5. Derrick Henry on the rush. Thanks, Shake. Be happy to see you there, brother. Elijah is right. The Texans indeed woke up. Defense is continuing to be solid, leading the NFL. Number 1. Offense is rejuvenated. Rush in the backfield. He hands it off. Henry up the middle. He picks up about 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 2. Last week, in week 1, 169 yards for Henry, 115 during weeks 2 to 4, 3.7 average. Today, 8 rushes for 15 yards. The Texans have shut him down. 3rd and 2. Here comes the handoff right up the middle, and they stop him. He doesn't get it. 4th and 2. He got nothing. They stuffed him. Derrick Henry is getting owned by the Texans defense right now. Texans D all day, baby. Texans D all day. D all day. 9:50 to go in the third, and the Texans are about to get the ball back. Are they going to go for it? Surely not. Oh, they are. They're going to go for it. Come on, big opportunity right here. They're going to call a timeout. No, that's a flag. Sorry. Movement on the offense. False start, baby. I love it. 4th down and 7. Move them back. Move them back. Move them back. Tommy Likey. Tommy want punny. There's the punter. He's out on the field right now. 4th and 7. Is that Noel back to receive the punt? Probably is. Here comes the 28-yard line. 10-yard return. So the Texans are going to have it about the 28-yard line, their own 28-yard line, 1st and 10. An opportunity to get this game closer and closer to those 50 points, right, Shake? How about that? 22 people following along right now. I do appreciate you. You are my early guys and gals for these Texans live streams. If these live streams get up to 100, 500, 1,000, man, how awesome would that be to have about 1,000 people viewing the live stream? Some of these Texans live streams are pretty insane. There's one guy who has a ton of people. Actually, I want to go check his channel out right now and see how many he has. Yeah, he's got 1.1 thousand watching right now. Let me show it to you. This guy right here, Texans Today. Now, I don't have anything against this guy, but I just will say he's just not my style because the whole time he's talking like this, no matter what he's saying, the whole time he's talking like this. Right now we're on break, and well, the Texans will be back up in just a minute. It's 1st and 10. It's in the third quarter. The ball's on Houston's 29-yard line. We're going to get ready to go in just a minute. That's how he talks the whole time. No matter what he's talking about, he's always talking like that. It's just too much for me. But he's got 35.3 thousand subscribers. It's absolutely insane. And he's got over 1,000 people watching right now. So here I am with you lovely people. 25. 25 watching. You are my core starters. They're showing some of the highlights there. Let me get back to my, there we go. Let's take a quick look at that scoreboard. I want to see a couple of things right quick. Wow, the Cowboys keep scoring points, unfortunately. The Saints did take the lead, unfortunately. What is with all the teams winning? Those teams need to lose. All right. Texans come out of the huddle. Stroud is under center. He's got two men in the backfield. Here's a handoff. Nope, fake handoff. Goes down the middle. Another first down. Fires it right up the middle to Higgins. It's about a 13 or 14-yard pickup. Beautiful. Fake handoff. And then right up the middle. Boom. Higgins getting close to midfield. Stroud is under center again. He's got two men behind him. Here's a handoff. Is that Chubb? Oh, that's Marks. He only picks up about 2 yards, maybe 3. Yeah, they mark him with 3 yards. 2nd and 7. 2nd down and 7. (31-3). 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the third quarter. Stroud in the shotgun. He's going to throw it right down the middle. He's got a man in the first down. Picks up 8, I'm sorry, and the first down. Schultz makes the catch. Ravens just don't seem to have an answer for this Texans offense. It's nice to say that. Feels nice to say that. They don't have an answer for this Texans offense. I got my coffee sitting over here, and I haven't poured it yet. And this might be an opportunity since they're stopping the game here. Wiggins with the Ravens seems not okay. They're going to take him out. So, injury time out there. All right, so I'm able to start pouring my second cup of coffee here. Yeah, you see that it's hard to see what happened here. Wiggins seems to hurt his head. That didn't even look like a hard hit, so I don't know what was going on there. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff on the left side. He rushes forward for about 4 yards. That's what he marks. And there's a flag on the left side. Looks like it's going to be against Baltimore. Certainly hope so. 7 minutes and 37 seconds left in the third. Man, they're talking about the referee's arms. Okay. So originally they called illegal formation, but after they discussed it, they decided that there is no penalty. So that's good. 2nd and a short 7. Or a long 6, maybe, for the Texans. Stroud in the shotgun. He's going to throw it. He's got a man. It's going to be a little short. He's going to push forward, almost get the first. 3rd and 1. Higgins with the second effort there after the catch to push forward for a couple of extra yards. Almost picks up the first down. Marty asks, who do you want in the MLB playoffs? I'm pulling for AJ and the Tigers. Are you talking about in the World Series? Let's see. That's a difficult question. Now, in the AL, I would prefer to see the Blue Jays just because they got Springer. Here's a 3rd one. Handoff right up the middle. Marks gets stuffed. Yeah, they were ready for that right up the middle. He didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a loss of 1. 4th and 2. They going to go for it? Seems like they might be trying a long field goal on 4th and 2. Yep. This is going to be a 57-yard attempt right here by Fairbairn. They got it right basically in the middle of the field. Here's the kick. It's up. It's going to be good. What a beautiful kick. Just gets over the bar. 34-3. How about that? Man. 57 yards right up the middle. Barely gets over that bar. 34-3. Texans are up by 31 points. And we still have plenty of time left in the 3rd quarter. Absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. Texans are going to be kicking off again. We still haven't seen a punt by the Texans this game. They have scored every drive. Multiple touchdowns and a couple of field goals. 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals. That's a great game. But Marty, in the AL, I think the only team that I'd like to see to go to the World Series would be the Blue Jays. But if not the Blue Jays, then I think the Tigers would be fine. I do think it would be interesting to see the Mariners crash out again because that's what they do in the playoffs. And I definitely don't want to see the Yankees go. I want to see them get kicked out as soon as possible. I don't think they can go, but I want to make sure that they get destroyed. So the Blue Jays need to destroy them. What about in the NL, Marty? Who do you want to see in the NL? My pick is the Brewers. I think the Brewers are going to make it. But as long as it's not the Cubs and it's not the Dodgers, I don't really care. But I think the Brewers are going to get there. That's my guess. 'Tis my guess. I did like that they got to Ohtani yesterday, but I'm sad that the Phillies were not able to continue to put points on the board. And they let the Dodgers come back and win. That was a disappointing result. To get 3 runs early in the game off of Ohtani and then blow the rest of the game. We are back. So many commercials for these football games, right? Fairbairn is back to kick it off for the Texans. I'm amazed that he can just take like 1 step and kick it so far. Let's see how many steps he takes when he kicks it off here. 1, 2, and kicks it. That's nuts. This is kicked all the way back to the 2-yard line. He brings it all the way out to about the 20. Or is that the 30? That might be the 30. 28.5, they say. So hard to see those yard markers from that camera angle. They're showing all the pressure that the Texans have been putting on the Ravens and shutting down the run, getting interceptions. The defense is all over the field today. The only thing that we haven't gotten yet is a fumble recovery. Knock on wood. Might be able to pick that up now. First play from scrimmage, he throws it out from the right side, swings it out, and they miss a couple of tackles. He's going to pick up about 9. It should have been about a 4-yard gain, but the Texans missed multiple tackles there. Hill took it all the way out, was pushed out of bounds right at the marker. 2nd down and 1. Rush is under center. He's going to hand it off, toss to the back, and he barely gets it. Woo, I'm surprised Henry didn't drop that ball. He got pummeled right as he got the first down. He didn't get any extra, but man, he got nailed. Take a look at this. Boom. Petrie. Same guy who intercepted the ball earlier. Just took Henry down like he was a sack of taters. What's taters, precious? First down with 4.5 left in the third. Ball at the 40-yard line. Fakes the handoff. Rush is going to throw it way downfield. He's got a man, and he's wide open. And he's going to run it in for a touchdown. Nope. He catches him. Thought for sure he was going to be able to run that in. The defender fell down. Was that Bollock? It's a bunch of bollocks is what that is. Flowers, when he gets up, he tries to rush it in. He gets all the way down to about the 4-yard line before he's tripped up. But the Ravens have 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. That was a ridiculous play right, the 2-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and goal from the 2. Toll with the tackle. Toll with the tackle. It's a toll tackle. Come on, Texans. Lock down the defense here and force them to a field goal. Here's the handoff. He falls down in the backfield. Rush falls down and loses a lot of yards there. That's going to be a big loss. And there's a flag. Offsides? Are you kidding me? No way. The quarterback tripped over his own center and fell down. They got him in the back zone, but they call offsides. But that's going to be a move forward for the Ravens. Nonsense. They call it a touchdown. I thought they were going to call it dead, but he got into the pile and just kept pushing forward. The Texans were pushing. The Ravens were pushing. They finally call it a touchdown. $110 career rushing TDs, tied for 5th with Walter Payton, most all time. Touchdown. But I feel like they had him stopped, though. I'm surprised they didn't call it dead before he got that touchdown. It is what it is. 34-9. Here comes the extra point attempt. And it is, whoa, pushed right. Did he get it? It's barely in there. 34-10. So the defense there with the defense falling down on the downfield pass. It's 34-10. The Texans will be getting the ball back shortly with just 2:41 left in the third quarter. So the Ravens haven't given up, but I will say that they got lucky with that one. It seems like that's how they're going to have to score this game whenever something like that happens. I wouldn't say it was necessarily bad defense. He just lost his footing and fell down. It was a decent recovery, though. They made him work to get the touchdown. Still made the tackle. Forced them to get a couple more plays. If not for the offsides, it might have stopped them to a field goal. But, you know, those penalties, they seem to come up at the absolute worst times, right? The quarterback stumbles on his center. They lose a lot of yardage. It was going to be a 3rd and long to the goal line, but it turned out to be instead a 2nd and 2. Ravens convert and put up their first touchdown on the board. Thank you for being here today. If you've not liked the live stream, I'd appreciate you doing so, but I think most of you have. Thank you so much for being here. I've got a very small, modest following at the moment, but I'm hoping to continue to grow the channel. I think that YouTube is not giving me any attention at all online. If people do a search for the Texans-Ravens game, most likely they're not seeing my channel because I think the algorithm has basically learned that I'm just doing baseball. It heavily associates my channel with the Astros for obvious reasons. Go Stros. Go Stros. But it also associates my channel with baseball. But I think the channel will grow pretty quickly as we go. Here comes the kickoff. That's going to go into the end zone, and he grabs it and kneels it in the end zone. So they'll bring that out to the 25-yard line. Oh, 35-yard line, I'm sorry. Texans are back out on the field on offense. 2 minutes and 41 seconds left. Touchback brings them out to the 35-yard line. Chubb is going to be in the backfield with Stroud. 6 drives today, 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals. Let's see what they can do here. Here's the handoff to Chubb on the right side. He goes up the middle. Gets maybe 2 or 3 yards. They mark it at 3 yards. Two minutes and 15 seconds as the clock is ticking down. 2nd and 7. Stroud going to be in the shotgun, looks like. He's got one man in the backfield. He's going to toss it. He gets rushed. What a good move to get away from the defender, but the second one sacks him. There were 2 guys to come back there. The first guy, Stroud, makes a great move to get around him right here. But then there's another defender, and he just can't get away. They're going to lose yardage. It's going to be 3rd and long. Second sack of the day for the Ravens. Come on now, don't start getting soft. 3rd and 15. Big loss on the play of 8 yards. It's got a man 1 yard shy. Nico Collins right up the middle. 4th and 1. Just 1 yard shy. You're going to go for it? You got to go for it, right? Yep. They're going to go for it. Less than a yard to go. 4th and 1 at their own 39. He's under center. They hand it off right up the middle. Holy cow. He picked up about 7 yards. What a burst through the middle for Brooks. Number 44. I know another guy who wears 44. He's a big man. Big, strong dude. Right through the middle. Look at that. He stumbled forward and he was surprised. Looked like first down, baby. The clock is rolling down. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And that's it for the third quarter. The whistles are blown. Into the third quarter. It's 34-10 Texans. We come back, it'll be 1st and 10. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. See what's going on around the league right quick. Let me open this up on my screen and click the live button. Let's see what we've got here. Drink some more coffee. All right. Which games are going on right now? The Colts are destroying the Raiders 32-3 with 3:47 left in the third. The Giants have the ball with 3:50 left in the third. 2nd and 8 at the New Orleans 41. They're down by 5. The Saints haven't won a game yet, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's correct. Let's see. What other games are going on? The Dolphins up 17-13 over the Panthers. The Cowboys having their way with the Jets, unfortunately, in the third, 29-3. The Eagles up over the Broncos, 17-3. And, of course, the Vikings beat the Browns 21-7, and the 49ers beat the Rams 26-3. Whoa, I am sorry about that. I clicked the mute on the wrong button. I apologize for that loudness. Gonna make that mistake every once in a while. My bad. I apologize for that. If that was too loud, hopefully it wasn't too loud. I do have a limiter on my microphone. Some highlights from the game so far. It's almost 100% Texans highlights, that's for sure. (34-10), 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line exactly. Here comes the first play. Fake handoff. He rolls out to the right side. Stroud is going to go downfield deep. On the left side, he's got his man all the way down to the 3-yard line. Kirk with a big reception. 47-yard almost a TD. There is a flag. A flag right where the tackle happened. What in the world's going on? What are they calling here? Face mask on the defense. Heck yes. That's going to be half the distance to the goal line. They're going to have the ball about on the 1.5-yard line, I think. What an awesome route here and a throw by Stroud. Good work by Kirk. Captain Kirk. Beautiful work. One-and-a-half-yard line. Probably can't get around the corner. They're going to lose 2 yards. 2nd and goal from the 3.5-yard line. I like that the Texans are not letting up on offense. They're not letting up on the pedal. They're keeping their foot down on the accelerator. 360 yards today for the Texans. 26 minutes of possession and 22 first downs. Holy freaking cow. Second down and goal. Noel on the right side. 40-10. Here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. They have put up 40 points against Baltimore in Baltimore. Here comes the extra point. It is good. Right up the middle. Man, the stands have emptied. You see that? The fans are leaving. The Ravens fans are leaving this game. Yeah, the only way he could get him down right there at the end of that play was to grab his face mask. Stroud to Knoll for another 6 points. 41-10. The Texans are completely owning. I have a feeling that nobody is going to score as many points as the Texans did today. Yeah, Shake, you're calling it. You're calling for 50 points. They need 9 more. They can do it. 1 touchdown, 1 field goal. They haven't been stopped today. This offense can't be stopped today. They just cannot be stopped. It cannot be stopped. So much for everybody bashing the Texans. Man, I don't know what adjustments they made, but they made the proper ones, that's for sure. That's for freaking sure. We got about 35 people watching right now. Thanks for being here. We're on a commercial break at the moment. But the Texans are completely owning the Ravens right now. If not for that lucky throw downfield, the Ravens wouldn't even have a touchdown. The funny thing is I predicted the game to be 31-10. Right now it's 41-10. I was a little off. I think Shake might be right. The Texans get to 50 points today, and they should. D'Amico. They should definitely go for it. They should put the pedal to the metal and keep going. Do not let off. Go for those 50 points. I want to see 50 points. Let's make it a college game. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it a college game. Do we have time to take a quick look at the scoreboard? We might. Let me see. Anything interesting happening? Wow, Colts have 40 points. They're trying to keep up with the Texans. Giants have the ball. They're trying to take the lead over the Saints. Hopefully they're able to do that. We are about back from the break. It's 41-10. Texans are kicking off yet again. Fairbairn is going to have a sore leg after today. Kicking all these extra points and kickoffs. Not a single punt for the Texans today. Not a single punt. Their punter is having a vacation. Can you imagine making good money as a punter and you don't even have to come in the game? How great is that? That's down to about the 1 yard line. He's going to bring it back. He's past the 15. He doesn't get any further than the 17. And there's a flag. Maybe holding on the defense. It's going to go back. That's what I think. Here's the guy with the guns. The referee with the guns. Yep, I was right. 10-yard penalty. They're going to be moved back to about the 7-yard line. That's Noel's first career NFL touchdown. Did you guys know that? I didn't know that. This toss on the right side. Look at this. Okay, that's what they were arguing about. He wanted to keep the ball. And the Ravens defender was trying to take it from him, and that's why they were getting into kind of a scuffle there. He got his first NFL touchdown, and he wanted to keep the ball, and the Ravens were being a jerk, trying to take it away. What a maroon. What a dope. First and 10 from the 7, from the 8, rather. Almost pick up that first. Are they going to mark it just shy? They almost pick up the first down on the very first toss. Second and less than 1. Second and inches. 13:20 left in the fourth. Man, this is the best defense in the NFL right now. How about that? Second and less than 1. They try to draw him off sides with the long count. Here's the handoff on the left side. They're going to stop him in the backfield. No, he's able to get through that tackle and just pick up barely enough for the first down. Almost got him in the backfield. First and 10 for the Ravens at the 19-yard line. Rush in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Hey, Shake, they're getting closer. They're getting closer to that 50-point mark. It's going to be first and 10 at about the 20-yard line of the Ravens for the Texans coming up in just a moment. We still got 12 minutes left to play in the fourth quarter. That's 2 interceptions today for the Texans defense. What a game. What a game. This is fun. I'm liking it. I'm liking these Texans games. This is only my second game to do, and they've won both games. I mean, this one is won. It's in the bag. Last week they won. They won this week. I was not able to call their first few games because I was doing the Astros games. But when I started to call the games, they rewarded me with a win. And today they are giving me a really nice big dessert. It's 41-10 with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter. And they've got the ball back after that interception on the Ravens' 20-yard line. Yeah, that's right, Shake. Get some. Get you some. Get you some indeed. Let's take a quick look at the NFL scoreboard. See if there's anything particularly interesting going on. The Colts still at 40 points. Looks like the Texans are about to go up on them a little bit more. Wow, the Saints scored again. Come on, Giants, you're letting me down. You're letting me down. You're breaking my heart. Is that the Aints' first win? Might be, right? First and 10 on the 21. "12 minutes and 10 seconds left." Here comes the first play. Stroud is back in the shotgun. He hands it off right up the middle for Chubb. No, is that Pierce? I thought that was Chubb in the back. Yeah, there's that bobble. I think he picks up about 2 yards. Just about 2 yards on that first play. Yeah, the Ravens receiver is still striking things. He kicked the bench. He hit the bench. Showing a lot of aggression there. 2nd and 9. Stroud in the shotgun. He's going to throw it. He has to rush out, and he throws it downfield, and he throws it away. He's got a guy. I thought he threw it away. Wow. He was able to find Collins on the right side. Wow. That was almost a sack. I thought he was trying to throw it away, but he was going backwards and lobbed it down to Collins and was able to pick up a few yards. It's 3rd and 5. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Stroud in the shotgun. He's got a guy in the backfield and a man in motion. Here's the snap. He's hit as he throws the ball on the left side. That's incomplete. Schultz was over there, but yeah, he was rushed. Fourth and 5, they're going to bring in the kicker. Settle for a field goal. But that's all good. If they can get this here, they still have a chance to get to those 50 points. A 50-yarder and a 57-yard. This is a 34-yard attempt, and it is good. Right up the middle. 44-10. Houston's up. $34-point lead for the Texans. Absolutely amazing. And this stadium is completely empty. It was packed earlier. I kid you not. The stadium was completely packed at the beginning of the game. The stadium could not have been more packed. When they showed it earlier, I didn't see any empty seats at all. But right now, it looks about 90% empty. Man, can you imagine being a Ravens fan today? Showing up to this game thinking maybe we can find a way, even without Lamar, to beat this team. Because you know that those fans, come on now, you know that these fans showed up to this game acting like all of the other haters, right? They're like, come on, this is the Texans. There's no way that we can lose to the Texans. Even without Lamar, there's no way. But based on what I could see, I didn't see it that way. I didn't think that the Ravens would have much success at all scoring points. And I guessed that they would score 10 against the Texans. Well, there's still 10 minutes left in the game, basically. And they could score again. But look at the score. The Ravens have only scored 10. The only difference is that the Texans have actually outperformed on offense. I thought they would get 31 points. Well, here we are at 44 with an opportunity to get to 51. Wow. All of those Houston haters that I've seen online recently. A friend of mine does live streaming. For those of you who know Dr. DeLay, he's a Pittsburgh fan. He likes the Pirates, and he likes the Steelers. And he does live stream for a lot of different games. He does college games, NFL games, MLB games. He does a lot of stuff. I think that the only thing he doesn't do is NBA games. But I'll be doing NBA games very soon. I'll be wrapping up with the MLB after the World Series. I plan to go all the way through the World Series for you guys and gals. And I plan to do the Texans every week. And then I'm going to start doing Rockets games too. So I hope you can join me for that. Here's the kickoff, by the way. All the way back into the back of the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. And they'll give it to him at the 35-yard line of the Ravens. 1st and 10 Ravens with 9:57 left on the board in the game. Shake says, I'd love to see 50 by Stroud, but get him out so we can't afford him to get injured. Yeah, there's no point in leaving him in there, right? You're right. They could have taken him out already. But Texans still could get 7 more points. They got 10 minutes to work with, 10 and a half. They showed a clock on the screen, on the TV screen, that was wrong. It said 9:57, but there's 10 and a half left in the game. I don't know why it showed 9:57. Handoff on the very first play, and he stuffed at the line. 2nd and 10. Man, 86 yards on a turnover, and the Saints are up 26-14. That's disappointing. The Giants are just letting me down all day long right now. 2nd and 10 for the Ravens. Here's the snap. Another handoff up the middle. He gets about 4. 3rd down and 6. Brendan says that his uncle just passed away, so I'd like to extend my condolences to you, Brendan. I'm fighting with cancer myself, so I completely understand. My mom died several years ago because of cancer. My aunt died of cancer. My grandma died of cancer. My mother-in-law, my ex-mother-in-law, died of cancer. It just, it's affected me all around in my family in many ways. Even my ex-girlfriend, her mom died of cancer. So, I've been on both ends of it. I'm still fighting with it right now, and the doctor says that I'm not going to last. He thinks I'm gonna be gone pretty soon. So, I understand, and my condolences to you and your family. 4th and 7 on that incomplete pass. Nice quarterback rush there. Looks like the Ravens are going to punt it away. Here it comes. Fair catch called at the 15. Noel takes it. Fair catch. And the Texans will have it 1st and 10. Stroud is out of the game. Looks like Mills is in. Too many commercials. All right, now, finally the commercial's over. Mills is in for Stroud. Davis Mills, his first appearance for the Texans this season. This is his 5th season. It goes up the middle for about 3 yards, but there is a penalty. Not sure what the penalty is here. We'll see. Maybe. Yeah, this one's against Baltimore, it looks like. Defense. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down. Well, it says automatic first down, but that's more like repeat first down. So the Texans get 5 free yards. Stroud with 244 yards today, 23 for 27, career high, 4 touchdowns, 40 yards of rushing. 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line, able to muscle forward and get about a yard. Yeah, Brendan, it's interesting because I had a classmate, a high school classmate, who died a couple of years ago. He was diagnosed in December. No, I'm sorry, maybe November or December. And he passed away in January, so less than 2 months. He had advanced liver cancer. It's terrible. And he just dropped it. That was Noel right in his hands. Good pass on him, and he just couldn't get his hands on it. 3rd and 9. Good pass by Mills right down the middle. Come on now, you got to catch those, Noel. You're supposed to have good hands. 3rd and 9. Mills in the shotgun. Here's the snap. He's going to drop back and throw it. He's hit right as he throws it, and he throws it over his man. Bryant was over there, but right as he was throwing it, he got hit. Fourth and 9. This is going to be the first punt of the day. They had to wake the punter up, I guess. Townsend, hey, you got a punt. Really? He's like, what? What? Is it a dream? 4th and 9 with 7:38 left in the game. They take him down about the 33-yard line. 59-yard punt, 16-yard return. 7:27 left in the game. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. Anything interesting on here? Oh, the Texans still 4 points up over the Colts. Cowboys really manhandled the Jets. The Saints are starting to run away with the game over the Giants. There's still time. There's still time. 1st and 10 for the Ravens to go right up the middle and get about 7 yards. 2nd and 3. Seven minutes left here in the fourth quarter. Second and 3. Is that Henry? Yep. He picks up about 5. Picks up the first down plus about 2 extra yards. The commentators are questioning why they still have Henry in the game. 15 rushes and 33 yards for Henry today. He's barely averaging 2 yards a rush. The Texans have completely shut him down. So what they're saying is maybe they're just trying to get him. Lassiter takes it in, and another interception by the Texans. That's the 3rd one of the day. The Ravens take a shot downfield, but the Texans' defense is just too much. It says complete, but it's intercepted. Yeah, look at that. The receiver just slowed up. Lassiter kept going and made the catch. 1st and 10, Texans ball at about the 19-yard line, their own 19-yard line. Quarterback is like, what in the world is going on? I guess he's kind of wondering why his receiver slowed up and stopped. He put it ahead of him. That's crazy. Oh, and that's not on the 19. That's on the 16. About 4 yards. Second down and 6 for the Texans. I appreciate you all being here today. Got a few minutes left in the game. 34 watching. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Much appreciated. Thank you for supporting the channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, donate, throw me some love. All right. Brandon Bates, the tight end, pulls it in. Nice throw. Mills with his first completion. 1 for 3. Should be 2 for 3. He had a dropped pass earlier by Noel. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's the handoff. He goes up the middle and nothing doing. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Second down and 10 with 4 minutes left in the game. Will the Texans get to 50 points? We'll see. One man in the back, he fakes it 4 yards shy of the first down. He could have gone forward. Why not sacrifice your body, get that first down? Come on, Mills. What are you doing? He could have gone for that. Stroud would have gone for it. But at 44-10, I guess it doesn't matter. 3rd down and 4 for the Texans. Mills in the shotgun. He's got one man back. Looks like it's Pierce. 3rd and 4. Here's the snap. He's going to throw it. He's got a man. 1st down. Just enough to pick up the 1st down. The tight end Bates picks it up again. 2nd completion for Mills. He's 2 for 4. 1st and 10 with just under 3 minutes to go. Keep moving it down the field. Come on. Come on, Mills. We got to get to those 50 points. Got to get there. Come on. You got time. We're in midfield. Let's go. Go Texans at their own 49-yard line for 1 yard. Somebody lost a helmet. That was Pierce. Pierce gets smacked and his helmet comes off. I guess he'll come out of the game. Or does he have to come out of the game? I don't know. I guess not. Maybe that's just college. I watch too much college ball, I guess. 2-minute warning. It's been all Houston all day in this game, offense and defense. It's 44-10 at the 2-minute warning here in the 4th quarter. In Baltimore, the Texans winning by 34 points. What a game. What a game. For those of you looking to follow the MLB, I've got this game coming up in just a little bit. The Yankees and the Blue Jays. And then later on today, after that, the Tigers and the Mariners. I'm doing all 3 of these games today. The Texans, the Texans game, and then both ALDS games. So I do hope that you can join me for those games. But for now, we're just going to relish in this victory. I do hope that you can join my channel. We've got about 30 people watching right now. I do appreciate you. I do want to let you know, though, I grew up a Houston Oiler fan, okay? When I was born, I was still not even a toddler. I was still suckling from my mother's teat when my mom and dad moved me from Shreveport, Louisiana to Houston. My mom and most of her family are Houstonians. They're H-Town peeps. And my dad and his family are mostly Northwest Louisiana peeps. So his family is from like all of that area. Logan Sport, which is right across literally right across the the water, right across the bridge from Texas. But my dad's family from like Stanley, Logansport area, all of those countryside areas, Mansfield. If any of you know those areas, good for you. You know Louisiana a little bit. But I was actually born at Schumpert Medical Center in Shreveport, and right after I was born, my family immediately moved to Houston. And my grandmother was living close by. My grandfather, when I was maybe not even 3 years old, or maybe about 3 years old, my grandpa passed away, and it broke my heart. That I remember crying and crying and crying for a long time. This is ran right up the middle on 2nd and 9. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4, looks like. Looks like the Broncos just took the lead over Philadelphia with 7.5 minutes in the fourth. 7.5 minutes left in the fourth. Pretty interesting. Philadelphia is 4-0. Denver's 2-2. Interesting game. 3rd up about 10 yards. 1st down and +5. How about that? Good run. Almost broke it for even more. He started hitting the ground afterwards. It was like, darn it, I almost had it. He almost broke it out for a touchdown. 1st and 10 with 1:25 left. Come on, guys. 6 more points. That's all we need. We got to get them 6 points, guys. We got to get them for Shake. Shake said 50 points. Got to get them. These points are like Pokemon. Got to catch them all. Oh, they're going to kneel the ball. Yeah, it looks like they're going to give up. They're not going to go for the 50 points, Shake. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys and gals. They're not going to get to 50 points. First win at Baltimore in franchise history. Up until today, the Texans were 0-8. They're now 1-9. I mean, 1-8. I'm sorry. First victory as the clock winds down. They're going to kneel it again. Again. The Ravens, our final score. How about that, guys and gals? The Texans beat the crap out of the Baltimore Ravens 44-10. C.J. Stroud, 23 of 27 today for 244 yards, 4 touchdowns. Okay. Mills came in at the end. He was 2 for 4 with 23 yards. He added a little bit. The rushes were crazy for the Texans today. Chubb was 11. He had 11 carries for 61 yards, 5.5 yards per carry, 1 touchdown. Marks was 7 carries for 24 yards, 3.5 yards per carry. Pierce, 7 carries for 21 yards, 3 yards per carry. Mills, 3 carries for just 3 yards, 1 yard per carry. Brooks, 2 carries for 15 yards, 7.5 yards per carry. Stroud had 1 rush for 30 yards. Noel had 1 rush for 5 yards. Collins had 1 rush for 8 yards. The Texans were just running all over the field today. Receiving, Schultz, 5 catches, 60 yards. Higgins, 4 catches, 32 yards. Collins, 4 catches, 52 yards. Kirk, 4 catches, 64 yards. Hutchinson, 3 catches, 18 yards. Bates, 2 catches, 23 yards. Noel, 2 catches, 13 yards. Bryant, 1 catch, 5 yards. How many Texans had receiving yards today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 receivers. 8 different receivers today. How about that? Speed had 5 tackles, and the defense had 3 interceptions. Talk about being completely owned. Hey, Prodigy, Sarcastic Prodigy with the awesome $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. This is the Texans' first victory at Baltimore. Super chat. I'm going to dedicate their first victory to you, Mr. Prodigy. The Texans' first victory at Baltimore. Super chat. 1 win and 8 losses in Baltimore now. But you got to start somewhere, and today was a really great first step for the Texans. That's absolutely amazing. Rusty Gamer, yes, another $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Rusty says, finally in Baltimore. Way to go, Texans. Thank you. That's my double down super chat. The double down Texans win in Baltimore super chat. Thank you so much, Rusty, for that super chat. I appreciate you, sir. Looking forward to this channel growing more and more as YouTube gets used to the algorithm and it learns that I'm doing Texans games. I think it'll show it to more and more people, and we'll be able to build the community even more, and the channel will continue to grow. I really do hope and believe that the channel could get to at least 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. By the time Christmas rolls around, we should be beyond 3K. That's my minimal goal. But my dream goal, my Christmas wish, is to get to 5,000 by the end of the year. It seems that there are a ton of people out there looking at the Texans games, and I do hope that I can offer something that is of enough value for people to join me here. And I will add a couple of things. Like I said earlier, I grew up watching the Oilers, and I stopped watching for a long, long time NFL because I was so hurt about the Oilers leaving. So I'm a little behind in some ways on the Texans, but I want you all to know that if there's anything you think they can improve, help to improve, or something that you would like to see that would add a lot of extra value to this stream or my upcoming Rockets streams, please let me know. If there's any information about the game or anything else that you think that could be put on screen, I want to try to make it as clear and interesting as possible on the screen. Obviously, there are still some bugs to work out with the on-screen display, but it's a step at a time. In the beginning, it didn't work at all. None of the animations worked last week. I was able to get them working this week, but there's still some tweaks that need to be made. So there's still a little bit more to do, but I was very happy that it was actually working today. And I'm grateful for that. And I'm also grateful that the audience has grown a little bit and that the Texans are doing so well. What a great game. Very happy about that. I don't have to use the freaking ESPN scoreboard anymore. I don't have to use anybody else's stuff. Everything you see on the screen is my own codes. I'm mostly a copy paste guy when it comes to HTML, JavaScript, and style sheets, but I can do a little bit of HTML modification myself. And I work on the image creations myself. So a lot of those things you see on the screen, I create. Like the football field you see on the screen is a partial creation with the AI, but it couldn't quite give me exactly what I wanted. So I was able to make it myself and build it out using some elements from the AI. But I appreciate all of your support. I need to jump over now to the Yankees and Blue Jays game. I hope you can join me for that game. It's coming up right now. I need to go ahead and end this stream. But once again, thank you so much for the super chats, for the likes, for the subscriptions, all of your support. Go Texans. We'll see you for the next game here. And I'm going to log off here and immediately log back on for the Yankees Blue Jays game. I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you again. And go Texans. See you in just a moment.